Ever wonder what the difference is between branding and sales? You want to talk about it? I know you want to talk about it. I see you. You're curious. You want to talk about it. You're in luck. I want to talk about it too. All right, let's go. Branding versus sales. What do these two terms mean, and how do they apply to your career, your business? To start off with, let's talk about how they're different. Branding is how people identify you or your business. If you do that right, they become fans. Sales is how you convert those fans into customers. Branding is long-term, sales is short-term. You have to pay consistent attention to how you portray your brand online, because perception is everything when you're building your brand. Sales are short-term and they can happen instantaneously online. Branding is all about perception, how people see you, how they perceive you. Sales are all about numbers. Once you do a sale, you've provided that value, you get that cash flow, and that's a done deal. Branding is ongoing. Sales are short-term. Branding is measured by engagement. So when you post something online and you get a ton of likes and you get a ton of comments and people are engaging with your content, that's how you measure whether your branding is successful or not. Sales are measured by cash flow. So if you're not getting sales, your cash flow is suffering. I know plenty of people. As a matter of fact, the reason I'm shooting this video in the first place is because I had a conversation with a friend of mine who's getting a lot of brand exposure, a lot of engagement on his posts. But he's wondering why that isn't converting into sales. And that's because he's doing the branding part great. Amazing job. Everything he posts is awesome. But he's not focused on converting those fans into customers. And that's why he's not getting the sales. You see the difference? Put your branding out there. People love what you do. They love the content. They love what you provide. But if you're not putting a mechanism for them to buy from you, they love you. They may not be aware of the fact that you have a product or service to provide. Give you an example, right? In all of these videos you see I wear Under Armour, I wear my Fossil watches, and that's because over time I've become familiar with those brands and the quality that they represent. They set a high expectation by doing good branding, and because of those high expectations, I get what I perceive as quality goods. They provide value to me, and I pay for that value. Happily, I might add, because you always want good quality items. You always want to get value for your money. If you're consistently branding well, and people come across your brand, and then you make an offer to them of something that provides value related to your brand and of the same quality as your brand, most importantly, that's when you get customers. So putting the word out about yourself or your company is branding. That's how you get fans. Putting the ask out and offering a product or service related to yourself or your company is how you turn those fans into customers. How they work together is simple. Continue consistently putting out good content and portraying your brand in the best light you can possibly do. That will give you exposure to fans. Once you have those fans, then you offer a product or service, and that product or service will get you your sales. That turns your fans into customers. To sum it all up, like Gary Vee says, give, and then ask. Meaning, provide content, give them free value, give them free content, and then let them know what your product or service is that you're offering. Offer to provide that value to your fans in terms of a sale. Another thing to keep in mind is the rule of 7. What that means is, in sales, people need to be exposed to your product at least 7 times before they consider making the change from being a fan to being a customer. So when you put out one ad about an album you have out, you don't get sales. That's pretty much why. People have to be exposed to your product repeatedly or your service repeatedly before they make the decision to become a customer. You may think that putting out a message once or twice is enough, but you have to understand how swamped people are. In the digital age, we are consistently bombarded with marketing and branding. In order to stand out, you have to be consistent. You have to continue making that offer time and time again. That one person that sees it 2, 3, 4, 5 times may not buy, but on the 6th or 7th time, they'll finally recognize the quality of your brand and they'll make that purchase. So stick with it. Keep in mind, be intentional about the difference between branding, selling, and that's how you convert your brand into money. I wish you the best of luck. If this brings you any value, like and subscribe. Talk to you guys soon.